Welcome back. Today's class, I am going to discuss the remaining part of the biomolecules. So please read sincerely, read NCERT and do subscribe if you like, even you share. Thank you. Let us continue. So in amino acids, NH2 group and COOH group is present. Hence we are calling amino acids. The first classification not that much important, that is alpha, beta, gamma. If NH2 group is an alpha carbon, we are calling alpha amino acids. Next carbon to the functional group we are calling alpha. Second carbon we are calling beta. Third carbon we are calling gamma. So if NH2 carbon is an beta carbon, we are calling beta amino acids. If it is on gamma, we are calling gamma amino acids. One important point is there, that is all naturally available amino acids is an example of alpha amino acids. Next one is very important. This is most common question. Except glycine, remaining all are optically active. Sir, what do you mean by that? They contain chiral carbon. Whereas except proline, remaining all are primary amines. Whereas proline is secondary amine. Structure also again, once concentrate, secondary amine group is there. This is very important. Next one, next classification is important. Based on number of COOH groups and NH2 groups, we classified into three types: neutral, acidic and basic. In the case of neutral, number of COOH groups equal to NH2 groups. Example I am taking tyrosine, non-essential neutral amino acid. Methionine, essential neutral amino acid. So next one is acidic amino acids. In acidic, when acidic, COOH groups are greater than NH2 group. So example you have to remember ARCH, aspartic acid, asparagine, glutamic acid. Aspartic acid, asparagine, glutamic acid, ARCH, you have to remember. Next, basic amino acids. In the case of basic amino acids, NH2 groups greater than COOH groups. Example, how to remember? HAL, Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. So that is HAL we have to remember. Histidine, arginine, lysine. Histidine, arginine, lysine. Very important example. One more question is there. Everybody concentrate. Methionine. The amino acids which contain sulfur, methionine and cysteine. Methionine and cysteine. So which contain thiol group. So which contain thiol group? Very important question. So next one is amino acid with 5-membered ring. One of the most important question. Proline. Amino acid with 5-membered ring is proline. Remember? Next one is based on the requirement, amino acids we classified into two types now. NEET 2019 question, if you observe, the non-essential amino acid, they given 4 options. We have to choose non-essential amino acid or essential amino acid. That is very important. So non-essential means body can synthesize. Essential means body cannot synthesize. We have to take through diet. That is very important. I am giving a shortcut to you. Remember MTV Pilla Hart. MTV Pilla Hart. So methionine, tryptophan, valine, phenylalanine, isoleucine, lysine, leucine, arginine, histidine, threonine. So MTV Pilla Hart. But remember, tyrosine is a non-essential neutral amino acid, which is very important. Tyrosine is a non-essential amino acid, whereas tryptophan is an essential amino acid. Now we'll go to the question. So here valine is an essential amino acid, leucine is an essential amino acid, and alanine is a non-essential amino acid because we have even lysine. So the question is, non-essential amino acid, our option is alanine. Similarly, there is one more possible question. Which of the following optically inactive amino acid? Serine, arginine, tyrosine, glycine. Last class we discussed. Except glycine, all are optically active. All are optically active. So remember MTV, the first letters MTV, pill of heart. Next one is zwitterion. Why amino acids soluble in water? Due to formation of zwitterion, dipolar salt or inner salt, which is generally neutral but contain both positive and negative part. Very important point. Neutral but contain both positive and negative parts. So this is the structure of the amino acid. Here with zwitterion, sulfonic acid also possible. And if you observe in aqueous solution, so we are getting a zwitterion, which is amphoteric in nature. Very, very important. Zwitterion, neutral but contain both positive and negative, dipolar salt, and amphoteric in nature. So very, very important in strong acidic medium. In acidic medium, it is acting like a cation. Whereas in alkali medium, remember alkali medium or basic medium, acting like a anion. So generally cation will migrate to the anode, whereas anion will migrate to the cathode during electrolysis. But here one important point I should discuss, that is isoelectric point. The pH at which amino acid or zwitterion cannot move towards anode or cathode. So therefore that point we are calling isoelectric point. And it is isoelectric point is different for different amino acids. Generally for neutral amino acids, it is going to be between 5.5 to 6.3. 5.5 to 6.3. A very important one is at isoelectric point, amino acids are less soluble. And very, very important, if pH is greater than isoelectric point, the medium is basic, the ion will be getting negative charge. So negative will go to the anode during electrolysis. Similarly, if pH is lesser than the isoelectric point, the medium is acidic, the charge will get positive and that will go to cathode during the electrolysis. So now generally for basic amino acids, I told you Hall, the pH range will be 7.6 to 10.8. So pH is less, isoelectric point is greater. So therefore isoelectric point is greater means the medium is acidic, they will get positive charge and they will be moving towards anode. Next one is isoelectric point in acidic amino acids. They will be generally, one important question they will be asking. They will give pKa values and they will be asking isoelectric point. How to calculate? So they will give generally 3 pKa values. In that, we should choose the most lower pKa. So isoelectric point equal to lower pKa 1 plus pKa 2 by 2. So generally glutamic acid and aspartic acid, these are the best example for acidic amino acids. Whereas basic, if you take basic, they will give 3 pKa values. pKa 2 plus pKa 3 by 2 we have to take. But here we have to choose the higher 2 pKa values. That is very, very important. Here lower one, most lower one. Here higher 2 pKa values we have to take. Next one. Generally question will be framed only from neutral amino acids. For neutral amino acids only 2 pKa will be given. So therefore pKa 1 plus pKa 2 by 2 we are getting the answer. And one important question is there. Essential aromatic amino acid. Essential aromatic amino acid is tryptophan. Tryptophan is example for essential. So in polypeptide chain, number of peptide bonds equal to amino acids minus 1 1. Here tripeptide 3 minus 1, tetrapeptide 4 minus 1, hexapeptide 6 minus 1, like that. So what important question is there? Insulin is a combination of two polypeptide chains which contain 30 and 21 amino acids. So therefore here 29 plus 20, total 49 peptide bonds are there. This is one of the important question. Next, protein structure. Primary structure which contain amide bonds, that is peptide bonds, and it is a straight chain. By combining it is giving secondary structure. Secondary structure we have alpha plated and beta plated, which is again combining to give tertiary, and further three-dimensionally arrangement giving quaternary. Much information is not required regarding that, but one important point, in secondary structure, this is very important. Secondary as well as tertiary structure, we have hydrogen bonds, we have disulfide linkages and van der Waals attractions. Similarly, we have electrostatic attractions. Finally, we have globular proteins and fibrous proteins. Globular proteins are water soluble, enzymes, insulin, hemoglobin, etc. examples. Whereas fibrous proteins, insoluble in water, generally it is beta plated structure, keratin, myosin, fibrin, collagen, etc. Only examination point of view I am discussing. The finally very important 2019 NEET question, denaturation of protein. So whenever you change the temperature, whenever you change the pH, what happens? The biological activity of the protein getting disturbed. So the breaking of highly organized secondary and tertiary structure without disturbing the primary structure. This is a 2019 question. Which structure is not get disturbed in denaturation of protein? This is the question asked, primary structure. The best example is boiling of egg. Boiling of egg, example of denaturation of protein. Generally, by adding a reagent, by adding electrolyte, we can go for the denaturation of protein. So if you like this video, do subscribe and do share. Thank you.